uključeno na vrijeme. Ovi koji računaju na akademsku četvrt će se uključiti kasnije. Final call, kom treba aparat za prevođenje kod vrata. Sve vas pozdravljam. Ovo je Tribina Gornji Grad, nevladina, nestranačka i neprofitna udruga građana. Ja sam Marko Melčić. Današnji razgovor je upriličen u suradnji sa Hrvatskim nuklearnim društvom i tu je gospodin Damir Subašić, predsjednik, kojem zahvaljujem. I imamo goste. Gospodin Paolo Gajo iz Westinghousea će govoriti na engleskom jeziku. Gospodin Jože Špiler iz nuklearne elektrane, pardon, više nije nuklearna elektrana Krško, nego iz Gen energije, će govoriti na dobrom hrvatskom jeziku, a gospodin Ivica Bašić će govoriti na hrvatskom jeziku iz Zagorja.
Na lošem hrvatskom.
Ja sam rekao privatno, nisam ovako sam. Ladies and gentlemen, please be so kind, our lecturers, take your seats, and we are poised to start. Mr. Gajo will have first 20 minutes, then Mr. Spiller next 20 minutes, and Mr. Basic, he asked to be spared and to talk as little as necessary. He wants our guests to talk as much as possible. Yeah, Paolo will start first. After first 45 minutes, we will have a break. I mean, not a real break. We'll start the Q&A session. Means we are going to take questions from the public. Okay.
Is it remote? Hello? Hello? Okay, can you hear me? Okay, good evening. My name is Paolo Gajo, as probably some of you know me. I'm working for Westinghouse, and I'm retired now, but I've been hired as a consultant from my own company, Westinghouse. I was regional president in Westinghouse, my last job, responsible for areas including Slovenia, Switzerland, South Africa, and Sweden, all with the S. I don't know why they gave me both the S. Let me see. Okay. When people ask me, Paolo, why are you a nuclear engineer? And that happens very often to me when I introduce myself to parties. I say, I'm a nuclear engineer. I say, what nuclear engineer? What are you a nuclear engineer for? I said, because I am concerned about what's happening in the future of the energy future. And I just put some of the concerns there for you to put in the picture what nuclear energy is for. Gas and oil, we know, they are decreasing. They are not eternal. They will last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, whatever. They will finish. We are using them and they will finish. Coal, people are getting concerned about the climate change. And climate change caused by CO2. And C stays for carbon, which is a coal production. So even if coal is an alternative, coal, unfortunately, creates CO2. And we know how concerned we are about climate change. Renewables, yes, renewables is an alternative, but limited. We all know that renewables are spread very thin, and there are laws of physics which say, hey, the sun hits the world, hits our Earth with a certain energy, which is diluted, and wind, another diluted energy, they are not always there. We cannot sustain, we cannot think that we can live our life when energy is not available, when wind is not available, sun is not available. World population is increasing. We are 6 billion today. We could be 8 billion, 9 billion, depends on what the forecasts are. So, we're talking about effect of CO2, greenhouse effect. Which are the type of energy which do not cause or cause little greenhouse CO2? And you can see there, wind, nuclear, wind, hydro, and solar, while gas and coal are the highest producer. Global warming contribution, CO2. I don't know why it is Slovenia there, but I found this, and you see that we go from United States producing 20 tons of CO2 per person up to Argentina. Obviously, not listed all the countries in the world. Wind, great, wind. The energy produced by one nuclear power plant, which occupies less than 1 square kilometer, to produce the same amount of energy with wind, we would need 500 square kilometers of land. Solar, and this is my country, I'm Italian. Somebody made the calculation. If Italy averages horizontal solar radiation is 100 kilowatt hour per square meter. And this is a law. It's like the speed of the light. Like the speed of the light. You cannot change that. It's 300 kilometers per second. 300,000 kilometers per second. Like the gravity is 9.8 meters per square second. That's something. And this is what the solar impacts Italy. So if we have to produce all the electricity which is needed by Italy by solar, we would have Italy covered by solar cells. This is not to say that wind and solar do not have a role to play. This is to say that their contribution is limited and will be limited. So, which energy at which cost, after what we have seen? There is cost. There is a study which has been made by these two. These are very famous because it is a most reliable and interesting study done by Uppsala University, by Mr. Traikana, I have difficulties to pronounce them, when Finland decided to choose the next generation of energy. And they assigned to this university, to these two people plus the helpers, they said, okay, give me a cost of the production of energy. And they come up with this table. And this was a time when the trade emission, the gas, the CO2 was not included in the cost of energy. If you include that, you know that the European Union is asking to penalize the energy which emits CO2. And if we consider the trade emission cost, you see nuclear is 22.3 compared to gas, to coal, to peat, which is the worst, carbon, wood, and this is, sorry, I forgot what that is. Okay, so this is analysis done on cost. Obviously, we want a type of energy which is not only reliable, but is affordable. The day that we will pay $50 for a liter of gas on a gas station, we will not longer drive cars. We have to find an alternative to the gas that we buy today at the gas station for $1 per liter. And that's what will happen. The youngest of you will live the time when the gas will cost $20, $30, $40 per liter. We have to find a solution to that. Cost of nuclear. What is interesting is that